Welcome to the Bree Pod. I'm here with Allie White, Mindfulness Accountability Coach, Reiki 1 and 2 certified, and Slimwave technician. Now, Allie, we have been friends for many years. It's in the double digits now.
Yes.
So I'm happy to have finally brought you onto the Bree Pod.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Now, we did cover a lot of topics already with, that Jill of all trades vibe that you have going on here. So, tell me, how did you get into becoming a mindfulness accountability coach, Reiki certified, and a Slimwave technician?
Well, I was actually looking to get my life coaching certification, and I'm in the process of that as well. But it's really linked back to, like, I went through a lot of emotional and mental abuse with someone. And I realized that I didn't want other people to feel the way that I felt. And so I want to help give like tools that can help you through really difficult times. And mindfulness is one of those. Mindfulness, for those who do not know, it's a moment to moment awareness of your feelings and your thoughts without judgment. So it means that you're learning to accept them for what they are and not judging yourself or your thoughts for that. And so you can do mindfulness through so many different ways. You can, I do it with kids as well. So you can make like little calming jars and they just kind of watch, and it just helps them stay in the present moment and just really focus on that one thing. Because like in our day-to-day lives, we're just kind of all over the place. Like your focus isn't always right on what you're doing on your task, whatever is going on. You're either thinking about what happened in the past or what's going on in the future. So mindfulness is all about keeping yourself to that present moment and just really learning to enjoy it and embrace it.
Awesome.
So that's what got me into that. Bree, you were the one who got me into accountability coaching. Because oh, go ahead.
I don't think it was me. You created a group that said Accountability Babes.
Well,
I just help you put the pieces together.
Yeah. So I created that group for myself and to help others stay on track with their anything like eating, exercising, anything you're looking for. But I honestly really just created that to keep myself accountable for doing my insanity max 30 workouts that I wanted to do and to like work on my health. And I was like, other people need this too. So I made the group. And then Bree was like, oh, why aren't you doing this? Because you're already doing it, but you need to like bring it out into the public. So you are part of the reason. Even like, I guess we both kind of have that in there. We're both like partly responsible for bringing this to life.
Well, I would say you're solely responsible, but I say that.
I needed your encouragement to realize that you're already doing it, so you might as well just bring it out.
Yeah, exactly. Because when you talk about mindfulness, being mindful is not just with, a good meditation to sleep. It's good for all things. And I think that especially in accountability, being mindful of what we say to ourselves, because a lot of times we're always like, oh, I'm mad at myself because I didn't do this today, or I didn't do what like my list said. And that mindfulness is kind of redirecting that thought process and helping yourself be like, okay, well, maybe today I didn't do what I wanted to do, but let's try to take a baby step in a different realm.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. You have to learn to accept that you might have not accomplished what you wanted to, but you have to just know that it's like, you don't want to judge yourself for that. You just want to keep on moving and like start a new plan if you need to, and just move forward. Because if not, then we get stuck in that past of like, oh, I should have done this yesterday or a week ago, or you don't want to get into that.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I love that that group is public. So it is a very open, the accountability babes, you can hop in. Well, when I say public, I mean like it's open
Open to
to
the
the
public.
public,
Yeah.
not the
It's
group itself.
yeah. The group itself is private, so that anyone who wants to post in there, that way you're not like out exposed to the world. It's just to the people that are in the group with us, so that you're safe, you can feel safe with
Yeah.
us. Yes.
Awesome. I love that. So tell us about Reiki 1 and 2.
So like how I got into it.
A little bit of both, like what it is, how you got into it, and what's next for you with Reiki.
So I got into it through Priscilla got me kind of into that. She brought it out and was like, oh, I got certified and you should too. And just following her and just learning more about Reiki, and it just really became something that I really love. I haven't started officially in my space where I do my Slimwave yet. I am searching for options of what I want to do, but you can also do it distant, which Priscilla does distant Reiki as well. Priscilla Parent, for those who don't know her, she was on Bree's first episode with the podcast. She is like our spiritual coach. This is how I got into like everything, basically. This is where it all came from.
And tell us a bit about Reiki. What is Reiki?
So Reiki is I am like the channel for the Reiki. So when I do Reiki with someone, it's just coming through me, but it's them healing themselves. It teaches you how to just really heal yourself in your own body. I'm just the channel for it.
So like you go in and find what chakras are blocked.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
help unblock them.
Yes, definitely. I'm going towards the route of, I like to pull cards. So anyone who is interested with card readings, I like to do a couple pulls for my chakra deck to see where you're really blocked, if you don't already know where you are blocked. And then I plan to be using like crystals with my practice as well for like an extra added healing.
That's great. And I know that you said when you had, because I know with the class, you have Reiki done to you, you actually said that sometimes the person that is performing it on the other, especially in-person ones, that your third eye is really open where you can see some things that come in for that person as well.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, my first experience was pretty amazing with Whitney Goshi. She is local in Malone area for those listening that are around. She is my trainer. She is the one who certified me. And I had a really cool experience with her, and she saw some things and I thought that was amazing. So I'm like, I'm totally open to that. I am hoping over time I can strengthen my gifts to be able to like give people these really cool visions that I see as well. Yes.
That's awesome. Now for the future of Reiki, I mean, obviously, since I know you, I know all these things. So I'm trying to lead them up like, hey, what's coming in the future? Wink, wink.
Well, so I am launching in May my accountability babes coaching. So I'm not going to go super in depth about the packages yet until I officially release them. But it's going to include mindfulness sessions, Reiki. For those who are local, you have an option of adding in Slimwave with it. And then we will be doing card readings and coaching calls. So I'll be personally calling you either through a Zoom or through just the phone, texting, all of that. And there'll be different packages available that are like the beginner and then etc. And if you continue to keep going. But I feel very strongly about helping people reach their goals. I've done it, but I never knew I did it before. So I never really knew what I was doing helping people with this, but so like until Bree was like, yeah, you got to do this, even though I was already kind of doing it, but I never like officially was out there with it. But I feel really strongly about helping people. And my husband is actually my first client.
Yep.
We are really holding him accountable. Bree is a part of this with me helping get him into where he wants to shift into something new. So we've been working one-on-one with this as well. So you'll get coaching calls with me, and you'll have the choice of Reiki and mindfulness. So that can include where I'll give you tips on how to be more mindful. And there can be like journaling prompts in there if you like that. It's really tailored to you specifically. Each session that I do will be specifically for you. So it'll be totally different for each person based off of their needs.
I love that. And I like that you tailor it to that person, because a lot of times with what we're looking to get accountability for, it may not be the same as the other person. You know, like they might be fitness and this person over here might be work or career or, starting their own business. So I do like that you are specifically tailoring them to help others. And it's funny that you mentioned how your husband is your first client.
Yes.
Because which by the way, everyone, to give a progress report, he is doing very well.
Thank you. Yes, he is. I'm so proud of him. He's
Yes.
really stepping out of his comfort zone.
Yes, he is. And what I've loved about it is that he's putting in his, like it's scary to put yourself out there and to try something new, especially when you've been in something for so long. Like him, he's been in this business for years. So it's a lot to put yourself out there. And I'm just so proud of you guys. You guys are doing an amazing job. Um, I guess my part in it is just the cheerleading squad over here.
Yeah, you've always been a great cheerleader.
uh, so we talked about Slimwave a little bit, but we haven't talked about like what is that for those that are from the area that are listening. What is a Slimwave technician and what do you do?
So Slimwave is electromuscle stimulation. So it contracts and relaxes your muscles and it works them out. It's as if you're actually working out, but it reaches 100% of your muscle fibers, where regular workouts reach 60%. So it's really engaging. So it leads to faster results, especially if you're drinking a lot of water, like you're supposed to with Slimwave, because it helps flush and detox, flush your lymphatic system. And it works even better if you are working out currently. The results come a lot faster than if you're not, and you're not eating healthy. As every exercise program, you have to kind of adjust your diet a little bit to a more healthier diet. Not like diet, but like just like a healthier nutrition you need. So Slimwave helps you burn 1,000 calories in one 45-minute session. So it's pretty cool. It's really insane. The results are so awesome. The toning, and it's for cellulite. It really helps with a lot. A lot of people come in to see me just for the pain management alone, because there's so many amazing healing benefits. And I have an infotherapy blanket that I use with it, and it has crystals and gemstones in it, which is really cool. So which help add to the detoxing and all of those benefits as well. And the heat feels really nice.
Yes.
It's very warming and feels good. Yeah.
Yeah, and I can say personally, I have tried it. As you know, I've come to every time I come back to the North Country, I have to have my sessions of Slimwave. And for me, I'm using it for toning. And I know that technically, from your position, you can't say this, but I can, as the person getting it. As many of you know, I have endometriosis. And I'm not saying that, it's a cure, but it is another ailment. Is that what it would be called? An ailment that helps you feel a little bit better. And if I could be there like 3 times a week, I would do that because I've noticed like my periods felt a little bit more tolerable is the best word I can use after doing some wave. And then of course the part of toning. Um, but I what I haven't tried that you have is that a Slimwave facial. Now, what does that do?
So the Slimwave facial helps, it helps reduce turkey neck, the double chin. It just kind of, it's almost like, it's not Botox, but it's like the effects of it are like Botox. So it like brings up your skin, it really tightens everything, and it can help reduce lines and wrinkles as well.
It's awesome. I definitely want to try it when I come back up. Like I keep
Yes.
forgetting. It's because every time I'm like, work on my butt.
I know. Yeah.
Forget about the face.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
definitely.
what I love too is that it's just so relaxing. Like people think when they hear the electro thing, they're like, I'm getting electrocuted. Or if Jeremy were to explain it, he'd be like, You're getting
you're you're not getting electrocuted, I promise you. For those listening, um, it's actually very, if you've ever had a tattoo, they say that, I've had a lot of people compare it to that, and it's not the painful part, it's it like just it just really getting deep in, and that's where they really compare it to that. It actually starts off kind of like a tens unit feeling. If anyone has had ever used a tens unit, it's kind of like a vibrating feeling, and then as we go, it gets deeper into your muscles, and then it just really starts contracting. And pretty much everyone who has ever came to me loves it. It just becomes like very addicting. And plus you sweat a lot during it, and so it just really, your body just feels instantly better after a session because you've sweat out all of those toxins that you have on a daily basis through like everything, your makeup, your hair, conditioner, shampoo, like everything like that. Holds a lot of what is the word? Contributes a lot of toxins, and you're just taking it all in. So this is a really great way to detox and just pull it all back out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, thank you for clarifying that because I know a lot of people are like, what is that? I don't understand.
Yes. Yes. I've only had one person that didn't care for the feeling. But other than that, I've been doing this for 2.5 years, and everyone else has loved it. So there's pretty good chance that you're gonna love it if you come in and try it. It just feels amazing.
I love that. And I know I kind of like hopped back and forth. Sorry, there's like something in my. I know I hopped back and forth between topics, but I also wanted to touch base. So we had talked about, because you're a Jill of all trades. That's why we're talking about all of these things that came into your life that, it's such a beautiful thing to have. But what I love about your mindfulness side of you is that not only do you work with adults, you were talking about how you also work with kids. So tell us more. What can mindfulness with kids do? Like, what do you do with that? And how can they find you?
Yes. So mindfulness with kids is really like, if we're able to work together, like face to face, we can do a lot of crafting and different things like that. I can send things to you if you're not like local. Um, I also interpret some of my cards. I have children's animal spirit cards and some mindfulness meditative cards that also are very helpful. So anyone, if you've never had a card reading before, we we shuffle until like one falls out, and that's like the one that's meant for your child. And so with those, I like to use those with them because they're fun, and for children, they really love them. I'm a mom of 3 boys. I have a 10-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 4-year-old, and they love using these cards. Sometimes I let them pick. I have like a therapets card, which are emotional feelings cards, and it just kind of helps them process what is going on. And so that's the same thing with mindfulness as well. So that's why I use them with the mindfulness, is because it's just really about helping them focus on that moment. Because as we know, kids have like they're like all over the place. They never can just sit and like focus. My children definitely, my oldest has ADHD and dyslexia. So he has a lot of processing issues. Not really issues, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. No,
I'm
I
not
understand.
thinking of the word that I want for that. But so this really just helps him calm and like be in that moment. And mindfulness techniques, there's like so many different ones. And so that's why I try to tailor it to each individual person, because not everyone's going to feel the same. Not every kid is going to like the same things. So we just kind of figure out what goes best for your child.
That's awesome. And
Yes.
you don't have to read the full meditation, but would you be able to, for those that can see the video, would you be able to share what the cards look like and just read maybe the title of them?
Sure. Let me pull some out. So these are they're mindful bedtime cards, which are really fun. They just have short. Okay, I'll just pull this top one here. that wasn't a card. That was just the instructions. Sorry, I left those in there. Okay, so this one is Wise Red Rocks. Deep in your rock, you've seen a million moon rises. And then so they have like a guided meditation. I won't read all of it, but I'll just kind of go into it a little bit here because it is kind of long. Take a few moments to get comfortable with your little one. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Look at the illustration on the card together and ask them to close their eyes. And then it goes into the meditation part. So then it just kind of goes about this, and it really has them focus on the picture for those who can see the picture. Sorry for those who are just listening. But they're just kind of little ones like that. So they're not like super long because it's hard to hold a child focus that long. So they're kind of shorter. And then I have quite a few different kinds. So this is just one of the types that I like to use.
Yes. And I do love that the animal ones as well, where they're like, I think they're
Yes.
more affirmational, like you're worthy, and
Oh,
beautiful.
yes. Yes, these ones are like my favorite ones. I mean, I guess they're all my favorite ones. So like this one has coyote, and it says learn from your mistakes. And they're really colorful. And so we kind of just use those to help sort out where they are, like their feelings, what they might need help with at that moment. And so it just goes in depth from there. But that's just like an example.
I love that a lot. I think it's cool that you do it for kids, and then of course you have a tailored version for the adults.
Yes.
And the fact that, you know, if people were doing this with you distantly, that they can, like, you can send them, what that mindfulness meditation is.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
and I think this is where your peace of mind with, no, yes, this is your group with the peace of mind of Allie, with Allie,
Yeah.
yes?
Yes. So that's my main group, Peace of Mind with Allie. Um, I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I have a group and a page on Facebook, but I'm more in the group itself. And I'm also on TikTok. I do short, like little readings on TikTok. for fun. And then I have my accountability babes group, but even my accountability coaching will be going into my peace of mind with Allie. So you most likely find me through there. And then I have a sculpted page, Sculpted Body, Mind, and Soul by Allie. I like to put my name on there. And that's on Facebook for those local that are looking into Slimwave.
Yes, I truly appreciate that you're sharing those resources. And before you go, usually I do the 3 affirmations, as you know, but I would love for you to choose one of your decks to do the 3 affirmations.
Oh, okay. Well, I think I know which one I want.
So for those of you joining us, what's happening is that you pick a number between 1 and 3, and then whichever card she tells us resonates with you, that is your affirmation of this episode. So she's going to pull 3 cards, and you resonate with whichever number, 1, 2, or 3.
Okay, so card 1 is I choose to cultivate a spirit of resilience. Card 2 is when your thoughts start to race, breathe in fully, look deeper. Peace is waiting for you there. And card 3 is I start my day with intention, grace, and care.
Perfect. Thank you so much for sitting with me and sharing your beautiful gifts. I love that. Well, I love you, love everything about you. And we do plan on bringing you back, of course. This is just a nice introduction to meeting my friend Allie, who is a mindfulness accountability coach, Reiki 1 and 2 certified, and a Slimwave technician. Get it, girl?
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yes. Thank you for coming. And with that, you are loved, you are worthy, and I am proud of you. Until next time on the Brie Pod. Bye.
Bye.